Okay, I want y'all to go ahead with your eating, but so we can move things along. Um, Tonight we've got Roger Freagley with us, and Roger is the Economic Development, EDC, Economic Development, is that Commission? Is it Corporation, okay. Anyhow, the people that tried to bring the jobs to town, and they've been quite successful in bringing jobs to Sulphur Springs, and they're constantly working trying to bring us jobs here. But he's going to be our program, but he said he'd rather to be at the end rather than the beginning. So I said, well, we'll do a little housekeeping here on the for the Republican Party. Thanks for coming out tonight. I know it's sort of a chilly night, but don't worry about it. If you get sick 4 years from now, you'll be able to go to the hospital and get free medical care, providing you're not too old, you're not too young, you're not too infirmed, or whatever. Or if you have contributed to the right political party or belong to the right labor union. Can you believe it? Did you ever, you know that the song that was so popular several years ago about when the day the music died? When they're talking about when a bunch of the musicians had the plane crash and die. Did you ever think you'd live to see the day when freedom died in this country? And now then that we have had the audacity to protest, all of a sudden these liberal congressmen are having people threaten them, allegedly. Of course, they hadn't come up with any videotape or anything showing it, and I'm sure if they had it, we'd be seeing it. Even though the drive-by media, as Rush Limbaugh refers to them, they didn't want to show it when the union people were beating up on the cripple there at one of the tea parties, you know. The guy in the wheelchair. They didn't want to show that, but they were more or less forced to. Folks, there's a time in America where we have got to encourage our neighbors. I don't have to encourage you guys because y'all get it. But instead of being 30 people here, we should be having on these monthly meetings, we should be having 300 people here. Not here, but somewhere else. Because with what's going on in this country, they say that they're upset, and if they're polled, they say they're upset. But for some reason or another, to get them off of their upset at home and get up here and do anything, it's difficult. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to educate people. We're going to have to educate them to what's going on. We're going to have to educate them on how to change what is going on. And one of the best things to do that is for us to get a little education ourselves. And on the 17th of April, on a Saturday, in Paris, Texas, at the junior college, at the McLemore Student Center, McLemore Student Center Ballroom. Isn't that right? If I got it right. Anyhow, GOPAC and the Texas Federation of Republican Women, they're putting on a training session, a grassroots training session from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's a free event. If you want to buy one of the handbooks, it's, I think, a $25 charge for one of the training booklets. You don't have to buy one, but if you want one to take home with you, you're going to have to. They said lunch would be served, and it's free, but they're going to ask us for donations, which, being good Republicans, we're not going to run out with our hands out, I'm sure. Which reminds me of a joke, and if y'all have heard it, you're just going to have to forgive me. This is too good. Clint sent this to me today, I believe, about the three guys going into a diner. One of them walked in, and as a Republican, he walked in. He had a limp. He had a hurt leg, and he had a limp. And he asked the waitress for a cup of coffee. And then he looked over there in the booth, and he saw Jesus Christ over there. And he said, "Hey, is that Jesus Christ over there?" And she said, "Yep, sure is." He said, "Well, here, give him a cup of coffee on me." You know, so, okay. Then a little bit of libertarian come in. He had a bad back. And he ordered a glass of tea, And he noticed Jesus sitting over there and asked the same question, and he bought him bought Jesus a glass of tea. Well, this Democrat come in. Really wasn't a whole lot wrong with him, but he, sort of shuffled in a little, and he said, give me a Miller Lite. And it okay, and he said, hey, is that Jesus over there? I said, yeah. He said, well, here, have him have a beer on me. And so when Jesus got ready to leave, went up to the Republican and touched him and said, by your generosity, you're now healed. The guy got up and danced a jig. Went over to the Libertarian and did the same thing, and I mean, they're so happy. Walked up the Democrat, he jumped back. He said, don't touch me, I'm on disability. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to try to talk to our friends that are Republicans and our independents and our libertarians. And there's some of the good Democrats, folks, that don't realize that that are conservative, don't realize that they have lost their party, and we're going to have to talk to them also. And I firmly believe that one of the reasons why that we outstriped the Democrats in the primary this year, which, by the way, we had 30. What was it, Erwin? 3,500? Huh? No, it was more than that. It was 33 or 3,500 that we had in the Republican primary here. Yeah, overall. Democrats had 1,500. In early voting this year, we had 930% increase in early votes over 2006. The Democrats had 73% of their turnout in early voting of what they had in 2006. Folks, people are scared. They're scared for this nation of ours, and they've got reason to be. And so I encourage you to, if you don't have internet, see me afterwards, and I'll get the information from you. If you want to sign up for the training over there, I will send it in for you. If some of you can't drive, whatever, let me know. I'll see to it that you've got transportation. Talk to your neighbors. What this is going to be, it's a grassroots training. It's going to be for candidates and for people like us that's trying to build an organization. What we have got to do is, the people are all excited right now, but people were all excited. Remember how they had the flags out after 9/11? Everybody had a flag out, had flags on their cars, couldn't go anywhere without a flag flopping you in the face. Didn't take but about 2 years of the media lambasting Bush, saying that he lied to get us into the war, till all of a sudden we didn't see the flags. We forgot about the 3,000 people that the terrorists killed. And what I'm afraid of is the same thing will happen to us on what the Democrats done to us Sunday night. And if we have got to get our precincts organized, we've got to get people organized and enthused and keep them organized, keep them enthused, keep them informed on what's going on. And if we'll do that and work real hard, in a few election cycles, we'll be able to take this nation of ours back over. We've also got going to have a hard fight here in Hopkins County. We have got to get Chris Brown elected as county judge. We've got to get Trey Hinton elected in Precinct 2 as the county commissioner. And, of course, we've got to get Erwin Kane elected this fall as the state representative. And speaking of the devil, Erwin, why don't you come forward and just say, you may not have been able to thank all these people yet that voted for you, which, by the way, he won quite handily.